At a short time after the attack began in London last night, President Trump began tweeting about it during a time when he was reportedly being briefed. He began by retweeting the Drudge Report. Then he talked about his travel ban, writing, "We need to be smart, vigilant, and tough. We need the courts to give us back our rights. We need the travel ban as an extra level of safety." He then expressed solidarity with the UK, but this morning he went on to say that we must stop being politically correct and get down to business of security for our people. If we don't get smart, it will only get worse. He then criticized the mayor of London, saying at least 7 dead and 48 wounded in terror attack, and mayor of London says there is no reason to be alarmed. Trump has an ongoing feud with the mayor, who was telling residents not to be alarmed by the heavy police presence. The president then tweeted, "Do you notice we are not having a gun debate right now? That's because they used knives and a truck." And for more on the response around Washington, Paula Reid joins us now from Washington as well. Paula, good to see you.
Good to see you, too.
All right, what kind of reception is the president's response getting there?
DeMarco, I would describe it as mixed. Now, certainly when you tweet about gun control, immigration restrictions, and political correctness, that is something that is really going to appeal to his base. But there are other people that are arguing that he's using a tragedy to score political points.
All right, so Mr. Trump talked about his travel ban, political correctness, the gun debate. Is he just playing to his base?
It does seem that way. I mean, he may have these truly held beliefs, certainly that he's put his travel ban on paper. It's a policy that he's trying to now push through the courts. But yeah, I mean, it calls into question. You noted that he tweeted a Drudge Report. Some people were saying, well, why are you retweeting Drudge? What happened to the CIA, the NSA, the FBI? What about giving us information from some of our law enforcement agencies here who are potentially briefing you? So again, I would describe the reaction to his tweets as mixed. While they're certainly playing well with his base, not so well with other people who are still not really in favor of how he chooses to use Twitter.
Paul, is there any danger in trying to score a political victory in the wake of a tragedy?
Absolutely. I mean, we go through this every time. Let's take the other side of the aisle, right? Every time we have a mass shooting here in the United States, people start calling for gun control, and they are often criticized. Some people say that undermines the argument and the push for more gun restrictions. They'll say you're taking advantage of a tragedy. Here we have the flip side of that, where the president is saying, hey, look, they didn't use guns, they used knives, and they used trucks. So anytime you try to push one of these hot button political issues so soon after a tragedy, even while it's still unfolding, I don't know if that really helps your cause.
Let's go ahead and go back to the travel ban. That's an issue that's still being, of course, debated in the courts there. Could there be any legal ramifications for that tweet?
Oh, yes. Now, you have to put this in context. Just a week ago, DeMarco, the Department of Homeland Security Secretary was saying this is not a travel ban. It is just a pause. And that's what all of his cabinet members and his lawyers have been trying to say about this executive order restricting immigration from 6 predominantly Muslim countries. They've been trying to say, DeMarco, that it is not a ban as they try to get it approved by judges. So here you have the president specifically using that language, travel ban, and saying we need it in the wake of a tragedy that's obviously connected to a specific ideology. Now, right now, the White House has appealed the travel ban to the Supreme Court, and the justices asked those who oppose the travel ban to submit their arguments why they think it should continue to be blocked. DeMarco, I will bet you that this could potentially be the first line of their brief to the Supreme Court, this specific tweet, because this really helps their case. I mean, I saw this come across my phone last night, and the lawyer in me, I just winced, because you know that this is really going to undermine their legal case. And this will be used by those who oppose the travel ban to try to establish the fact that the travel ban is not just about national security and is a front for the quote-unquote Muslim ban that was promised on the campaign trail.
All right, Paula, thank you for breaking it all down for us. Paula Reid in Washington.